Well, it is a day of the week, which means more faux outrage from the world's most fragile political party. Republicans are now losing their collective minds over the fact that today, March 31st, is Trans Day of Visibility and also Easter. Mike Johnson tweeted, "The Biden White House has betrayed the central tenet of Easter, which is the resurrection of Jesus Christ. Banning sacred truth and tradition while at the same time proclaiming Easter Sunday as Transgender Day is outrageous and abhorrent. The American people are taking note." Scott Walker tweeted, "This should evidence to anyone who voted for Biden in 2020 because they thought he was reasonable that he is not. Biden is pandering to the radical fringe within politics. The only reason to pick Easter Sunday for his day was to stir up division with Christians. He is wrong." Mississippi Governor Tate Reeves tweeted, "President Biden has declared that Easter Sunday is now Transgender Day. This is an international attempt to insult and mock Christians across America. Shocking but not surprising." Vivek Ramaswamy tweeted, "President Biden just proclaimed that Transgender Visibility Day is on Sunday, March 31st. I wonder how he came up with that date." First of all, so as not to bury the lead here, Trans Day of Visibility is the same exact day, March 31st, every single year for 15 years. You know what's not fallen on March 31st at any point in the last 15 years? Easter. So for all those looking to lay claim to a day, perhaps consult a calendar. Second of all, if you celebrate Easter and you don't want to think about Trans Day of Visibility on your Easter holiday, then here's an idea. Don't. No one is forcing anyone to celebrate any day they don't want to. And no, the existence of another holiday is not an affront to your holiday. Any other holiday existing at the same time as yours has zero impact on you. It just means other people get to celebrate something that they want to celebrate. If you celebrate Easter today, you lose nothing by Trans Day of Visibility existing. All that happens is that other people get to continue celebrating a day that they've celebrated for 15 years, on this day exclusively, mind you, which apparently is a bridge too far for the self-proclaimed Party of Freedom. Someone should let conservatives know that freedom of religion also means freedom from religion. I should note too that the fainting spells by these right-wingers might carry just a tad more weight if they weren't also conspicuously silent about their God King, Donald Trump, exploiting this sacred holiday to hawk $60 Bibles that he quote-unquote endorsed to his supporters.
Proud to be partnering with my very good friend Lee Greenwood, who doesn't love his song God Bless the USA, in connection with promoting the God Bless the USA Bible. All Americans need a Bible in their home, and I have many. It's my favorite book. It's a lot of people's favorite book. This Bible is a reminder that the biggest thing we have to bring back America and to make America great again is our religion. Religion is so important. It's so missing, but it's going to come back, and it's going to come back strong, just like our country is going to come back strong. I'm proud to endorse and encourage you to get this Bible. We must make America pray again. Pray, get educated, get motivated, and stand with me and the legions of Americans asking God to bless our great nation, to bring our great nation back, and to make America great again. I'm proud to partner with Lee in this offering. He's a very special man, both as a talent, but maybe even more so as a human being. He's very, very special. And I think you all should get a copy of God Bless the USA Bible now and help spread our Christian values with others.
Because there's nothing Jesus would have wanted more than to exploit the Word of God to be able to pay off lawyers who represented him in subsequent rape and fraud trials. Yep, textbook Christianity. It's like we're watching Jesus Christ himself at work. Of course, that's if we're still pretending that Trump cared at all about the Bible, something he calls his favorite book. In fact, I'd like to draw your attention to a very simple question that he got about his so-called favorite book, and this is what he had to say.
Okay. You mentioned the Bible. You've been talking about how it's your favorite book. And you said, I think last night in Iowa, some people are surprised that you say that. I'm wondering what one or two of your most favored Bible verses are,
well,
and why.
I wouldn't want to get into it because to me that's very personal. You know, when I talk about the Bible, it's very personal, so I don't want to get into verses. I don't want to get into...
There's no verse that means a lot to you that you think about or cite?
The Bible means a lot to me, but I don't want to get into specifics.
Even to cite a verse that
you
like?
No, I don't want to do that.
You're an Old Testament guy or a New Testament guy?
Probably equal. I think it's just an incredible... The whole Bible is an incredible... I joke very much so. They always hold up the Art of the Deal. I say my second favorite book of all time. But I just think the Bible is just something very special.
So please, spare us the faux outrage about the sanctity of Easter when your leader couldn't distinguish the Bible from a coloring book. In fact, Take a look at this split screen. Joe Biden, a devout Christian who goes to church every Sunday. Donald Trump is selling $60 branded Bibles to pay his legal fees incurred as a result of paying off a porn star he had sex with while he was married to his wife. The fact that so-called evangelicals support the latter tells you everything you need to know about how much they actually care about their professed values. And if you needed proof of that, I think the Reverend Raphael Warnock is a pretty good authority on this issue.
The Bible does not need Donald Trump's endorsement, and Jesus, in the very last week of his life, chased the money changers out of the temple, those who would take sacred things and use them as cheap relics to be sold in the marketplace. The sad thing is that none of us are surprised by this. This is what we expect from the former president. If he's not selling us steaks, he's selling us a school whose degree is not worth the paper that it's written on. If he's not selling us a school, he's selling us sneakers, and now he's trying to sell the scriptures. At the end of the day, I think he's trying to sell the American people a bill of goods. And that worked in 2016, although he did not win the popular vote even in 2016. It did not work in 2020, and I don't think it's going to work in 2024.
So, I don't know, maybe Mike Johnson and these MAGA Republicans shouldn't be lecturing anyone else on the sacrilegiousness of these heathens who celebrate a different holiday when they themselves are the cult following of a rapist who in 2 weeks is going to trial over hush money payouts for an affair he had while he was married. The cult following of a con man who defrauded both the banks and the people of New York to the tune of $500 million. The cult following of a violent insurrection leader who inspired his minions to stop the peaceful transfer in this country for the first time in our history and hang a politician of their own party because he wouldn't do Trump's bidding. I think if Republicans are really looking for some solid ground to stand on, they haven't quite found it here. And yet all of this is the conservative movement in a nutshell. Meltdown over something that you don't agree with merely for existing. Here's an idea for conservatives. If you don't want an abortion, don't get an abortion. If you don't want gay marriage, don't get gay married. And if you don't want to celebrate Trans Day of Visibility today, then don't. But just because you don't want to shouldn't mean that nobody gets to. The entire world is not here to cater to your narrow set of beliefs, no matter how much you think the sun and the earth revolve around you. You say you believe in people's freedom, that freedom should extend beyond just you and your beliefs and your religion. So look, not for nothing, but if your faith is so fragile that the mere existence of other people who celebrate some other arbitrary holiday that you don't celebrate somehow feels threatening to you, then that's not their problem, it's yours. Before you go, I need some help. Please subscribe to this channel and do your part to help grow the progressive media ecosystem. I don't do sponsorships or paid ads, I won't ask for money, but just subscribing to this channel goes a really long way and it helps get the message out to more people. The subscribe button is right here on the screen. You can also subscribe to my Spanish language channel, which I made to reach those crucial Spanish-speaking voters. That link is on the screen too. And finally, if you want to listen to my audio podcast, you can follow that link as well. Thanks so much for watching.